Hey y'all, welcome back to Cooking with Renee. And tonight for Sunday dinner, we're going to be making some cabbage rolls. For this recipe, you're going to need a pound of ground beef, a small head of cabbage, about a half a cup of rice cooked, and I use mayo instead of an egg. I like the soft texture that it gives, so I omitted the egg and I actually use mayonnaise because I like the softness. So when I make mines, I don't use an egg. It would normally call for 1 egg, but I use 2 tablespoons of mayo. So we're gonna get right into it, and you can season it any way that you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some sauce to this, roughly about maybe a little bit under 1/3 cup, maybe about a 1/4 cup. I'm going to add some seasoning. I'm eyeballing this, and my speech is messed up tonight. Alright. So we're going to put some seasoning off in this. Well, I have a tablespoon, so I'm just going to use a tablespoon and a half. And okay, I'm going to go and stir this all up in there. You would be surprised how it tastes if you don't use the egg. It really does make the meat, the texture of the meat a little softer. I like the way it tastes. Okay, now I got that all in there, so I'm gonna dump my rice in. Now, when you make your mixture, you cook your rice. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take that head of cabbage, and you're gonna either cut the leaves off, and you want them to stay whole, and you want to boil them, or you want to cut the middle out, the core out of the cabbage, and you want to boil it whole. So what I did was I boiled the whole cabbage, so I can just take leaves off as I go. So this is what we're going to do. Now, what I also did was I used a jar of spaghetti sauce, and I took it and put it in a bowl, and I added a little seasoning to it so I can put my mixture together. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this sauce, and I'm going to line the bottom of my pan with it. Almost like making a lasagna. You want to, get it saucy in there, because you got to lay your rolls on top of that. Okay. So I'm going to set that to the side. And I'm pushing everything to the side. You guys can't see it off camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the construction of these. So this hard vein that goes down the cabbage, you want to remove that. Okay, so you don't have to remove the entire part, but just the larger part of it, which is going to give your cabbage a V. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to take some of your mixture, and you want to wrap it up in here. You're going to just wrap that all up in there, ball it on up, roll it on up. Once you get it rolled, then you're going to start to lay the bottom part of the tucked part down inside of the sauce. So it's going to look like that. So we're going to do a couple more. And then I have a finished product I'm going to show you. Okay. I'm going to wrap that up in there. Ball and tuck. And lay that down up in there in the sauce. Once you have those inside of your pan and you have as many as your pan can, that can fill your pan, what you're going to do is you're going to take the rest of your sauce and you're going to put that on top of it, and you're going to bake it for 350 for about, maybe about 35-45 minutes. Just about as long as it's going to take to make, you know, an actual meatloaf, because these are just like mini meatloaf bites inside of cabbage. So once you're done, let's clean this off. Once you're done, then you're gonna actually have the finished product, which looks something like that. Alright, so I'm going to show you what the inside looks like. So I'm going to grab one of these bad boys up out of here. Plate it up. Put that there. And I'm actually going to use this just so I can cut it open and show you what the inside looks like. It's actually pretty good. Of course, you know I have to try it. So there we have cabbage rolls. Now, as I said, after you roll them all up and you tuck them, you tuck the flat part of the roll goes down inside the sauce. Once you have your pan filled in, what you need to do is cover the rest with sauce. You can add cheese if you want to. I don't like cheese on cabbage, so this is fine for me. And I don't actually make anything else with this. This is how I eat it, just a little sauce and some cabbage. But you can put it on a bed of rice, a bed of potatoes, or any. You can serve it with anything that you want to. So that is my dish for tonight. Thank y'all for joining me, and I would really love it if you guys would like, share, and subscribe. I want you guys to have a good night, and thank you for cooking with Renee.